Democrats told everybody the Epstein files were going to end Trump, but the complete files aren't even out yet, and the Democrats are in full panic mode, already tipping over their own shoes. I want y'all to watch this.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly: Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all. And just know that the FEC filings, they are available for everybody to review. This is absolutely ridiculous. You just folks.
Now, this is why voters are losing patience. Jasmine Crockett tried to clap back by saying Republicans took money from Jeffrey Epstein. But here's the truth, and what I'm seeing being reported, and just doing a little binging, not even Googling. These donations came from a different Jeffrey Epstein, a Florida gastroenterologist, I believe. Not the sex offender, not the E3DO, not the trafficking case, and absolutely nothing to do with any of this. She went after the wrong man with the right name. Said it with a whole chest, too. This is what happens when you're panicking so hard you don't even check the receipts. And this next clip shows you the problem isn't just confusion, it's hypocrisy.
I believe that Jeffrey Epstein had information, and I was going to get information to get at the truth. Having a friendship with him is not something that I would deem to have. And so I'm just looking forward. I'm moving forward. And I think that that's what we as American people should do, is move forward. If individuals are not involved in illegal activity, extending his criminal enterprise or his financial enterprise or all of those things, I think that we need to look at what people are doing moving forward.
Wait, let me just better understand that. What is that point? Because at the time he was a known sex offender and it had been detailed all the sexual abuse.
There are a lot of people who have done a lot of crimes, and as a prosecutor, you get information from people where you can. I believe that Jeffrey Epstein had...
This is Stacey Plaskett, and she literally admits she reached out to Epstein because he might have information. Now, I only say this or point this out because if a Republican said that, CNN would have held a 72-hour emergency special on that. But Democrats, sources have criminal past. The double standard is wild. And then Jim Jordan stepped in and started cutting wires, y'all.
I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
We all support holding bad guys accountable, and we're all going to vote for this resolution. But I think a little perspective is important. Democrats have spent 6 months talking about Epstein, even though they had 4 years to do something about it. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Maybe it's to go after President Trump. Never forget, they shut down the government for 43 days. They said, don't worry about our military. Don't worry about air traffic controllers. Don't worry about our economy. Don't worry about American families. No, no, no. Close the government for a month and a half because it might hurt the president. For the past decade, there's been one constant for Democrats. One constant. Go after Trump. They spied on his campaign. Then it was Mueller. Then it was impeachment 1. Then it was impeachment 2. Then it was all the lawfare. Alvin Bragg, Fonnie Willis, Letitia James. Then it was Arctic Frost investigation at the Justice Department, surveilling United States senators and congressmen, and a whole host of other Americans. Then it was Jack Smith and his gag orders and his raiding President Trump's home. Then it was a 43-day shutdown, and now it's Epstein. And by the way, the same party that did all that, they were also the ones who were texting with Mr. Epstein during a hearing where Michael Cohen was their witness in another effort to go after the president. Americans see through it all, and frankly, it's actually kind of sad. This obsession, this syndrome, this mindset that says we got to go after President Trump no matter what that they have. And when I think about it, I think it's because President Trump and Republicans have accomplished so much that they told the voters they were going to accomplish in the 2024 election. We're actually doing what we said we were going to do. President Trump said he was going to cut taxes, and he did. President Trump said he would secure the border, and he did. President Trump said he'd get men out of women's sports, and he did. President Trump said he would make sure Iran doesn't have nuclear capability, and he did. And he said he would get the hostages out of Gaza back into Israel, and he did. All in 9 months. So I don't know what causes this mindset, this syndrome that the left has, but I know one thing. It is real. Which brings me to last week. Think about what the Democrats did last week. The Democrats released an email that the Oversight Committee had obtained from the estate. An email from Mr. Epstein to Ms. Maxwell. When the Democrats released it, they redacted the victim's name. Something we all support. Something everyone supports. Except in this case, no court had ordered that name redacted, no agency had redacted it, and the estate didn't redact it. And the victim had already went public. So why black out her name? Why black out her name?
Don't make any
because
sense.
She had said in her book and had testified under oath that she never saw any wrongdoing by President Trump. So think about what they did. In an email between two criminals, Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell, in an email between two criminals, they hide the name of an individual who had went public and exonerated the president, and we know why. To distort and twist the message because they thought it might harm the president. Their position, cover up the names of people who are already public, but don't worry about other innocent people who the court said should remain private. Again, I think the American people see through it. They see through what the Democrats are doing. The American people know what this is. They know Democrats have nothing else to run on because of the success of this administration. So I say let's vote yes on this resolution, and then let's get focused on making sure we're doing what the American families elected us to do. With that, I reserve.
The gentleman reserves.
Now, Jim Jordan just dropped the real bomb. Democrats hid the one witness who said Trump did nothing wrong, Virginia Jeffrey. No court told them to redact her. No law required it. They did it themselves. And now they're pretending to care about transparency only because they think it'll damage Trump before the end of his term. They're trying to do any and everything to sabotage this man. I cannot speak. Come on. Y'all know I'll be malfunctioning. But people notice that. And it gets even crazy. I want y'all to take a look at this right here.
The bill to release the Epstein files is headed to Trump's desk. It's passing through the House and Senate. The Epstein release has been a roller coaster. Is the ride over? We don't know. We know Democrats think it'll damage the president, but now it's backfiring on them big time. Remember, Epstein was a Democrat. He was a Democrat donor. And he hung out with Democrats and the liberal media at all of his homes. Larry Summers, who worked for both Clinton and Obama, was a pen pal with the pedo, even asking Epstein for dating advice. And now he's stepping down from his gig at Harvard. Oof. Bill Clinton was supposed to testify last month, but his lawyers are playing games. Careful, you can go to jail for ignoring a House subpoena. House Democrat Stacey Plaskett's also getting Epsteined. She took thousands in donations from the predator, and he fed her questions during a congressional hearing. Raskin says it was a perfect phone call.
They've arraigned a Democratic member for taking a phone call from her constituent, Jeffrey Epstein, in the middle of a hearing. And of course, I don't think there's any rule here against taking phone calls in a hearing.
But all these Epstein revelations are suddenly making hips clam up.
Do you condemn Stacey Plaskett just talking to a sex trafficker during a hearing?
I haven't had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett.
But does that trouble you?
I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett.
Well, we just found out why Hakeem doesn't want to answer any questions.
Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein.
Hakeem's team sent an email to Epstein asking for money and inviting him to dinner, telling the pedophile that Hakeem was the Brooklyn Barack. Democrats and Epstein shared a lot of things, especially
Dollar
TDS.
store. Dollar Tree Barack.
I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax.
They still can't get over their old buddy Jeff. Swalwell trusts the Epstein people more than Pam Bondi.
By nature of who is being forthcoming and who is not, I believe the Epstein estate over the DOJ right now.
What does that mean? I guess he still has trust issues after Fang Fang. And this just in.
New hoax alert. New hoax alert. New hoax alert.
The LA Times thinks Trump might destroy the Epstein files. How do you destroy evidence of a crime you didn't commit? Doesn't make any sense. Even CNN's fact-checking Democrats.
The president has not been accused of any crimes or wrongdoing as it relates to Jeffrey Epstein or these files, even with these emails being released. That's one thing that we need to make clear. But
Yet.
one thing about...
He has not been charged yet. Yes.
Yeah, there's no accusations, though, of any wrongdoing.
Trump's tired of hearing the Democrats squeal about a dead pedophile.
You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's
go
nothing
ahead, go ahead.
incriminating in the file,
Quiet.
Trump's the most transparent president in history, releasing MLK, JFK, UFO, and Epstein files. But the press is never satisfied.
Why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
No, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. You could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. You ought to go back and learn how to be a reporter. No more questions from you.
ABC doesn't care about the victims. They spiked the Epstein story to get in good with the royals years ago, remember? Now they're trying to resurrect it to drive a wedge between Trump and Republicans. Sorry, doesn't work that way. Just like the shutdown, this stunt's going to hurt them a lot more than it hurts him.
Yeah, man, a fundraising firm emailed Epstein on behalf of Hakeem Jeffries, the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store, a Family Dollar off-brand Barack Obama. Inviting him to dinner, calling him the Brooklyn Barack, and asking for cash, huh? Jeffries denies knowing, and maybe he did it. But the vibe is still the same. When it was convenient, Democrats were fine with Epstein's access, but when it wasn't, suddenly they're outraged. And voters see this. Speaking of voters, here's what happened on the ground.
I am fucking done with the Democratic Party. You guys are...
Oh, no, y'all gotta... I'm gonna turn the volume up on this one. Y'all gotta make sure y'all hear what she said.
I am fucking done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's a majority of you guys. The left has lost their goddamn minds. What I've witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red. Because I am done. I am done.
This is it. A regular person from a blue city who grew up Democrat finally saying, look, I'm done. Now, people can smell dishonesty They can see the deflection and they're tired. May feels unrelated, right? But Damani explains what happens better than anyone.
So when you Democrats don't get the information you're hoping to get about Trump in these Epstein files, what is it going to be next? What's the next attack going to be? If I know one thing about you, it is this. You will always move the goalposts and you will always try to find something else to shift attention to because you have to always be right in your own eyes and you cannot accept the possibility that you might be wrong and might have been wrong about Trump for this past decade plus. What is it going to be? Is it going to be BLM? We haven't seen a BLM riot in a while. Is it going to be police brutality? Is it going to be white supremacy? I mean, I know many of you are out there going to be saying things like, oh, well, he removed his name from the files or he doctored evidence, this, that, and so on and so forth, because you have to now coalesce around this and throw everything behind it, just like you did for the Mueller report or Mueller investigation and everything else you threw at this man, because you cannot pin this man down. And that is what truly has made your life a living hell, because you cannot abide by the fact that he is actually being effective, that you do not have dirt on him. And if you had dirt on him at all, it would have been unveiled a long time ago. So when you find out, when CNN tells you what to be mad about next or what the next talking point is going to be, please let us know, because we are dying to hear it.
Oh, my God, nailed it. I mean, wow. Excuse me. When Epstein files don't hurt Trump the way Democrats pray they would, they'll blame everything except for themselves. White supremacy, cover up, deep state, fake files. You know, same script, different year, same panic. But as you can see, the voters aren't buying it anymore. They're turning on the Democrats before the files even fully reach, because they see how they panic and twitching. Oh, man, if you made it to the end of the video, I want y'all to write, get help, because that's exactly what these people need with that CDS. So get help. Be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can correlate it to be saving their life. Peace.